Hello, everybody, and welcome. Did you know that you aren't supposed to understand everything about your life? You're not supposed to understand everything. You know, our brains are wired to try to figure out everything. We have these wheels turning and these cogs moving in our mind all the time, trying to make sense of everything. And there's just a lot of things in life that do not make sense. And there's always going to be. Because the bottom line is, life is not necessarily meant to be understood, it's meant to be lived fully. That's the thing. And our human brains are conditioned. We're brought up this way. We're conditioned to constantly try to figure things out like an equation, just like we're constantly trying to solve this problem. We do the same things when we're evaluating ourselves and trying to figure out why we feel a certain way or why a particular something happened or why something didn't happen. And the thing is, when we stop gripping so tightly to trying to control and figure things out, then life begins to synchronize for us. And we begin to work better with the universe and with the natural flow of life. And so this mental thing, this churning, this itching to know, I want to know, I can't handle this uncertainty, I've got to know. When we are able to let go of that feeling right there and be okay with uncertainty in your life, there's a freedom there that comes upon you that you pull in that's like nothing you've ever had before. And you'll even start to look at your life rather than look at your life with fear of not knowing what's around the corner. You will begin to look at your life as though it's a blank canvas. What colors am I going to splash upon this canvas? What is going to be, what kind of magic is going to be around the corner for me? It shifts the whole perception, your whole perception, when you let go of trying to figure life out all the time and make sense of everything by going back in the past and replaying these scenarios in your mind when certain things happen. It is a very exhausting thing, and it actually constricts you. You're tightening up, and you're not expansive. You're not flowing as much when you do this. So the secret that most people never learn is that we're not meant to understand everything. We're just not meant to. And some things we will never understand as much as we dig and as hard as we try. But we are here to experience it and to live it and to move through it. That is exactly what we're here to do on these various things. So, peace. It's not so much about having all the answers. We all want peace. It's not so much about having all the answers. It's about being okay when you don't have them all. That's true peace. That is true power, when you don't know all the answers and you're still okay. You're still okay. Here's a very, very powerful sentence for you that I use all the time. It's very, very empowering. And it's this simple. I don't know, and that's okay. That's what I tell myself. I don't know, and that's okay. And that's where your trusting comes in. You're allowing your life to just unfold. Because here's the thing, it's going to do it anyway. Your life is just going to unfold anyway, no matter what you think you've got figured out. No matter, you might think you have every step figured out, but you really don't, because everything is going to fall into place or fall as it's supposed to fall, no matter what your human brain thinks about it, okay? So when we loosen our grip, that's when we really, really begin to gain power and control, and that's real power. That's freedom. That's freedom right there, to loosen that grip, trust, allow. I don't know, and that's okay. I don't know, and that's okay. You know, you're not some kind of code to be cracked. You are this mystery to be lived, and just to live fully and just be and experience and create along the way. You know, taking that logical mind that can really get us all in a big confused mess at times. Every single one of us do this. You know, get out of that head and get into your heart space. Get into your heart and feel your way through life, and just trust what's around the corner for you without that brain coming in to try to, line it all up perfectly and set all these dominoes up just perfectly. Spirit right now is showing me those artists that build these amazing things with dominoes. And, they're setting up all these dominoes to fall in this beautiful motion. And sometimes they'll work on setting this up for days, placing each one. But a lot of times along the way, something happens and they might accidentally knock a domino over. And when that does happen, then the whole thing starts to go. And so the builder has to get in there and push some over somewhere in the middle to try to stop the fall. Now that sounds pretty stressful, doesn't it? So that's why we got to surrender. That's why we have to do it. We have to surrender and just allow. Again, the goal is not to master our existence, but to feel it fully and allow things to be. Allow things to be. It's very, very true. I'm getting all sorts of visuals right now from Spirit. And I think that has to do with the Lionsgate portal opening tomorrow. And the energies are really beginning to build. I love this time of year because so much creative juice begins to flow in all of us. And so, I was thinking about life today, and I was thinking about how our brains work and how we're not supposed to understand everything, and it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't set you apart from anyone else, because I can assure you that even those people that you know and you respect so much, that seem to have everything together, every I dotted, every T crossed, I can assure you that behind closed doors and outside of the eye of the public, that there is some uncertainty and some stress going on behind the scenes, because we're not superhuman yet. We're just human. We're just human. So my main message in this video for you today is to just trust and allow and know that you don't have to know what the next step is. It's okay, no matter what age you are. You don't have to know what's around the corner. But you show up, you continue to show up every day in your life by getting up, getting out there, participating in life, whatever that looks like for you, and allow your life to unfold in its gracious divinity, as planned, as it should be, and just allow that. And I'm telling you, that sense of freedom by doing that is just something I really can't put words to. So I wish all of you the best luck with this message. Think about this. Think about some of these things I've said, because you don't have to know. You do not have to know. But what I do know is that I'm going to see you on my next video, so be sure and catch that one.